government has been seen as a major part of the problem in Darfur, as backing the Janjaweed militias. People are very scared of the Sudanese government in that region. Why should they trust the Sudanese government to honor this peace agreement? How can you reassure the people living in Darfur that they will now be safe?
The U.S. has already described the situation in Darfur as genocide.
The response was dull, minimal, and to me disrespectful to the community itself at large. I mean,
why is it mothers and fathers don't listen? Why sons and daughters don't get it? This is my ending and my new beginning. My intellect is
I think the room was filled with at least 100 people from the community, and at least 15 of them was youth that was very young, and I was shocked at that. And there was diverse, eclectic amounts of faces. There was black, white, Mexican, everybody of all genders was there. The chief was there, a captain was there, about 8 different police officers from the problem-solving units were there, and some other city council members were there also. Well, I think the agenda, it was about various things. They were addressing different things in the community, from thefts to car parked in wrong places to Gary King's murder, and we brought up Lorante Studesville, my son. And the response, man, it was, you know, at first when it were light issues, we got some lightweight answers, but from the very beginning, the chief said, I don't want to say anything about the shootings. And he said, after the meeting, we'll talk at length. And the people in the meeting was like, well, we got a question for you right now about Gonzalez. Why isn't Gonzalez indicted or arrested right now? Who shot Gary King for her? You know what I mean? Right, and so it went on, and when I was actually getting up to speak, the captain didn't want to hand me the microphone. He let everybody hold the mic, but he didn't want to hand me the microphone, so I had a little battle with him on that. And they didn't record what we were going to say like the captain said. And when I asked him a simple question, which was, I still have no police report for my child getting shot, or anything related to my son getting shot 7 months ago. And he just turned away from me, walked over to Jane and gave her the microphone and politely started a new conversation. And that's at the community meeting. And the cold part is, before they even answered me, a cop came up to me and said, excuse me, come here for a minute. And he said, you're the father of who? And I showed him the poster that we have here. And then he took the poster over to the police chief. The police chief looked at it. He made a phone call. After that phone call, then they told me, okay, we're going to address all the issues, but we want to wait till after the meeting's already planned out agendas. But the people were saying and started getting mad and angry about, well, why won't you just answer the man right now? Why won't you answer the brother of Gary King, who was asking just simple questions? Why don't we know anything? So I brought up something J.R. said. When a man commits a crime in this country, within 3 days you are arraigned, and you have a police report, and you're being charged with whatever it is, even if it's insufficient evidence. We all know this. But the police department has definitely, you know what they did? They've given themselves all the time in the world to come up with every single defense and every plausible, any kind of defense they need. They got all the time in the world to create it. And we, as the people of the community, we don't have that liberty. You dig?
Why is Al-Qaeda in Afghanistan? Why do they cater to the Taliban? Why do they hate us Americans? Why is there no room for Palestine? Why is there no food in Africa? Why do the Sunni soldiers massacre? Why is there no help from the United Nations afterwards? Why, if it's black, do they laugh at us? It's like we still on the back of the bus. Why on the political stage we the last to get love? Why is it over 50 different questions in the song? Why is most Negroes still lacking common day heroes? Why is it so many
I think the momentum is built up, but it hasn't been by the people of the community. What I mean is, the victims in the neighborhoods who are black are not the biggest majority that I see. I see other races of people stepping up. And that kind of warms my heart, actually, because, you know, you don't expect other people to say, hey, we care about you, we care about what's happening with you, and to show up and light candles like they did for Gary, and like they were when I've been at these various events, which was great. And also, there is a movement that, as far as from yourself, even the Black Panther community, that has always been a powerful structure right there. But, you know, like I said, I'm a little disappointed in the African American community. It's not enough. It's not enough. If someone would pay attention, Gary wouldn't be dead right now, because my son was shot first. You feel me? So every other kid who's gotten hurt afterwards, it took murder for it to really go, whoa, wait a minute. They're actually trying to kill kids, and we've already been on this radio saying they're trying to kill kids. People have been saying, oh, your son was probably a drug dealer. They shot my son in the back. There was no drugs in his stomach. They claimed that there was. They claimed the boy had 2 guns. It was no gun by his body. And he shot in the back, running toward the police. The cops said they cleared themselves on the television by just saying, hey, we found no wrongdoing so far. So if they found no wrongdoing, where's the police report? I'm telling you, America, there's some murder going on in Oakland, California, and if you don't believe me, all you gotta do is look at my son's case. Look at Gary King's case. Look at the cases of other people who have been maliciously injured here in Oakland, California. Well, listen, my son, for example, who's still alive, has to experience quite a lot of pain. You know, his mom is doing a great deal. I didn't even understand how much pressure was on her until I realized that my son doesn't like going to the hospital constantly. You know, his body is permanently disfigured until they give him some corrective surgery. You know, his chest is permanently, you know, it's amazing the pain he's going through, just if it's cold outside, or how it is for him to even deal with the emotions of what happened. I've been really pushing for him to come here to the station and talk on the air. He don't want to talk to nobody else. He don't want to be around no groups of people, but I think he's getting to the point where he wants to come here and talk. Because what the truth of the matter is, regardless of who is involved, my son is still alive suffering, man. And I mean, he's suffering, man. He's mentally suffering. He got depression. He's hurting inside. I don't really know how to go inside of his heart and change that. You feel me? It's not something I can just fix, right? And every time he sees a cop, he's so pissed off now what they did to him. He has some pain, man. So, you know, we need help on those aspects now. We're in the recovery stage, you know what I'm saying? And we still have a benefit fund, and people aren't, oh, he's 15. Well, see, it's affected everything because, you know, he was never behind in school. He was always ahead in school. He always had pretty good grades. And right now he hasn't been to school. You know what I mean? He's doing the home study thing. And so that's changed his life. It's taken him from, you know, the experience of childhood with being exposed to people and, you know, social events and stuff like that. He ain't in that no more. Now he's just home. And I think that's also something that's, you know, he's adapting, but it's very difficult for him. He can't even look at the pictures on my page. He don't even look at the poster. If there's a poster somewhere about him, he'll tear it down. You feel me? So it's very difficult for Lorante, man. Oh yeah, please contact me at blackbook840@yahoo.com if you are so led to do so, or you can check out the whole thing. I mean, it's videography on what's happened to my son at myspace.com/blackbook840, or you can just go to YouTube and see it all at youtube.com/blackbook840. You'll see everything from the news broadcast to what I smuggled out the hospitals, so people will be aware of the tragedy that's going on with the youth here in Oakland, California. So we urge you all to not only just check that out, but to contact your local representatives of these districts, congressmen, and get involved in the community events if it's possible. Check out what's going on in your neighborhoods, especially related to the Bay Area. You may be very shocked at what you find. It's all good. You can put the representatives back on it. I'll get back. Just put Don Sanders. They were in Don Sanders. Peace. Quick. I try to be quick. Oh, yeah. It's like crazy.
Yeah.
It's like very crazy.
But, I mean, you know, like, it happens, so, you know, it sucks, but there's this thing that someone said, it's like, well, maybe you're the example, you know, for the change.
Yeah, and he's still alive, so that's the only real example we got right now. The boy is alive, and the other kids are all, you know, they're not here. They're not here to speak. There's a couple of them. I think it's one. Well, one's in a wheelchair, and another one passed away. So it's been all tragic. You know, in KPFA radio, we just did an interview on I'm out.